I recently spent an afternoon with my son crafting a single Minecraft block. Now, if the Minecraft world were real, this block would measure a meter cubed. It's quite surprising just how large a meter cubed is. Large enough that I could turn this block into a cozy little getaway for myself. And it got me to thinking, how expensive might a Minecraft block be in real life? One of the amazing things about Minecraft education is that you have this fantastic, unlimited supply of materials made out of the most diverse range of substances that you can find on this planet, from concrete to oak to Lapis Lazuli. I chose to make the walls of the first floor of my Minecraft house out of concrete. So let's start there, shall we? Concrete doesn't seem very special. You walk on concrete, drive on concrete, see it everywhere from tall buildings to firm foundations. Now, believe it or not, concrete is the second most widely used substance on Earth after water. Given its common presence in our cityscape, it must be relatively cheap, right? After all, people can make concrete. All it takes is some sand, limestone, and clay. Bake it up, grind it into a fine powder, add some water, and voila, you have concrete. I wandered down to our local hardware store to see how much a bag of this ubiquitous substance would cost me. I was a bit taken aback when I saw the price. $11.64 for a modest bag. According to the directions, only enough to allow me to make a few thin slabs. How many bags might I need for a whole cubic meter? Well, this will take some estimation, unit conversions, multiplication. A lot of math for sure. I'll leave this puzzle for you to ponder. On to my next house construction material, wooden blocks. These ones are made using oak planks, and they're laid nice and flat to make my floors. All I need to do is mine a cube of earth and replace it with a block. There, see? How much might an oak block the size of a cubic meter cost? The first place I decided to check was my local park. I knew there were some oak trees growing there. Might any be large enough to make a cubic meter? This tree, lovely though it is, was small enough that I could easily wrap my arms around it. But later that evening I spotted an amazing old maple tree and asked my husband, with his 178 centimeter or 1.78 meter arm span, to give it the old hug test. He was only able to reach about halfway around the tree. And here's a good math question. Knowing what we know, is this tree large enough to make a full Minecraft block? If so, we might have something for free. But here's an ethical question. If we could, should we? Cost isn't just about price. What is the life of a beautiful, venerable old tree worth? Most would say priceless, and they'd protect it from potential block makers like me. My next thought was that a block doesn't necessarily have to be solid. Why not make a hollow one? I headed over to my local Windsor Plywood to check out the price of wooden planks. And look at this beauty. I could cut at least enough for the front and maybe even two sides with this, but yikes. No, that is not $12.99. That is $1,299.99. All for an incomplete block. I don't think so. How about plywood? A nice piece of oak plywood will set me back around $80. Much better. How many sides of a block can I get from one piece? The width measures just over 1 meter. And the length is just over 2 meters. What do you think? How many pieces of plywood would I need to buy to make a full cube? And what would that cost? The last material I decided to explore is the mysterious blue stone called Lapis Lazuli. In Minecraft, I can make enormous columns of Lapis Lazuli at the click of my mouse. But in reality, Lapis Lazuli is as rare and as storied as they come. To track down information on this beautiful blue stone, I headed down to my local rock shop, and right away I found what I was looking for: lapis lazuli, and only $3 a piece. Granted, they were only very small. Pieces that were as large as my hand were available too, but would set me back $420. Coincidentally, the latest issue of Rock and Gem features amazing stories from the long history of lapis lazuli. Did you know that 95% of lapis lazuli comes from Afghanistan, where it has been mined in the mountains for over 4,000 years? Powerful ancient Egyptians, such as the famous Cleopatra, prized this stone. They also crushed it up and used it for eyeshadow. Did you also know that back in medieval times it was the most valuable, stable pigment for making blue paint? And those are but a few of the amazing facts about lapis lazuli. It's pretty clear that finding a solid cubic meter of this stuff is highly unlikely. But could we use this small chunk of $3 stone to help us estimate the cost of a much larger piece? Sure we can. First, we need to know how large this stone actually is. We need to know its volume. And fortunately, there is a quick and easy process for measuring volume: displacement. Do you see how the water rose from 20 milliliters to 24 milliliters? That's because it pushed 4 milliliters of water out of the way to make the space that it needed. The space it needed is exactly equal to its volume. The volume of our stone is therefore 4 milliliters. Now here's another helpful fact. Did you know that 1 milliliter is equal to 1 cubic centimeter? So, our rock size can be described as 4 cubic centimeters. How many of these cubic centimeters do you think it would take to build a Minecraft block that is 1 cubic meter? I'm going to leave you with a final reminder. The cost of our stone was $3. What else might you need to figure out to determine the cost of a single Minecraft block made of lapis lazuli? And if you do come up with an estimate, do you really think people would be willing to pay that much for a block of lapis lazuli? Or might they even be willing to pay more for such a rare thing? I hope this little mathy Minecraft adventure has provided you with some food for thought and an appreciation for the potential cost of these incredible materials in the real world. Maybe it will even inspire you to go on your own Minecraft quest. Take care, everyone.